Yeah,
Ophelia just feels like such a slow hero now in comparison to the rest of the heroes, where you can have a parasite with level 3 puzzle box um, in 14 minutes if he's having a good game. And that's going to make such a huge difference. You burst down someone, and then you're able to auto attack someone else down with the puzzle box minion.
I agree. In an aggressive, yeah, because he's more of a defensive hero for sure. Yeah, he can push with his creeps, but I mean, we've seen the games where Ophelia has been huge. I mean, if paired with Doctor Repulsor, with her send back, or just in general getting an astrolabe in her heal, I mean, changing the pace of team fights. I think she still has a place.
That's true. I think the hero should be picked up, but I've often thought of the hero as just a support.
Right.
I feel like Ophelia can be played as just a full support, and that you get a support originally who's boxing for your carry or dual mid or wherever he is, and then you have Ophelia buying all the wards, buying everything, and then you have a
Yeah, because
semi
she
support
has
like a
money.
Pyromancer or a Kinesis or a Polywog even, or a Hellbringer. Heroes that when they get farm and levels, they're actually able to do stuff because Ophelia can heal regardless of his items,
Right.
and the heals are important. And I mean, if he can just manage to farm a tablet, I mean an astrolabe, which if he skips out on the mana ring, then it's very possible for an Ophelia to get the HP, the astrolabe as well.
Yeah,
So
and early quick too.
yeah, so skip out on the mana ring, get an astrolabe immediately, and then Ophelia buys all wards for the rest of the game, and then you have 3 creeps running around, and then as an Ophelia, you have less pressure as well to get farm. Because Ophelia has to try and compare to a Tempest when you could have that role be taken over by a Pyromancer or a Kinesis who can be active, get kills, and get some farm at it at the same time. Even an Engineer would work in that case. Master of Arms, another good candidate, and then Revenant, Riftwalker, all these supports that we don't see because they need too much farm and levels.
Right.
So I kind of want to implement that strategy, but it hasn't really been
Yeah.
the most successful at the moment.
Well, at least now you've put it out there. I
Yeah, it
think
was a
it's
little bit of a rant, but
yeah, no, no.
I
I
tend to
mean,
do that.
I agree. I like the hero. I like that she's very unique. There's no one else like her, and yeah. But wait, I mean, hey, who knows? We've seen her before. She could make a comeback.
Even
But
Profit, on that note.
yeah, we're
Right click
seeing
by
profit here.
Sarnia.
Hey, don't forget Pyromancer too. We don't see him very often.
Hey,
But
I mentioned
oh,
Pyromancer
did
enough.
you? Okay.
I did. And Torturer,
So,
Voodoo
I
Jester,
mean, some interesting bans
Succubus.
here too. Zlapped banning Deadwood and Mage Bane. Pexu banning Pearl, which makes me believe maybe they're going for a ranged carry.
Here
Uh,
comes the Engineer. I love seeing Engineer. I really hope he goes mines, though.
yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that from me as
Oh yeah.
well. But,
You and Breaky,
oh,
and I mean, I think we all agree the mines they are strong. It's I don't see the point of putting in additional points into turret ever. There's
yeah.
no point. There's no point to ever put more than 1 point in there early game. I mean, all this is additional damage, and it's not reliable damage ever. How often do you see someone sitting in a steam turret
For how
more than a
long
split
is the
second?
turret? 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Five
it's
seconds. I mean, Valkyra, okay.
yeah,
All right, but at the same time, kill him quicker by sending a mine at his face that does 350 magic damage.
absolutely. And
And I'll have you know that Engineer as a support is not even the worst with spider mines. You're actually able to box out people because of those mines. You place them in the woods, where the suicide would usually juke to, and then they blow up for 125 extra damage, and then they have to use a blightstone, and then they're another blightstone down, and then there's another mine, and then they have to use another blightstone, and that's all without engineer actually having to auto attack.
yeah, it's definitely strong. And we'll see it here because I mean he is their main support, and I really like Sync's draft. I mean, to me
It's
that's the
nice.
perfect team. With a tanky carry, then surrounded by really good initiators, Meraxis, Magnus, and Engineer, all have the potential to make team fights go in favor of their side, and then Arachna to boot. So I feel like I mean that's a lot of gold hungry heroes at the same time.
Well,
Somebody's going to get
to a
starved
certain
like
extent.
Magnus, but
Magnus, Meraxes only need their PKs, and I'd rather have farm on a Magnus afterwards than a Meraxes, because Meraxes, like, he jumps in and then he has no way of getting out. He is really tanky, of course, but with the Magnus, you can get a Storm Spirit, you can get a Tablet, you can get a Sheepstick because you farm a lot better than Meraxes. So I'd rather have Meraxes be starved out than a Magnus. But
Yeah.
like you're saying, I think it's the perfect team as well because they've got great potential to win the lanes. They have the Arachna solo, they have the Engineer Magnus combo, and then they have Meraxes, who in itself is just a really strong laner.
And Hellborn too. I mean, Malikan, I feel like he's pretty much one of the most underutilized carries in the game. I like him. I like the strength carry, and we got that new item coming out soon. I know we won't see it in tournament play for a while, but I've always been a fan of strength carries. The only thing I see that they're kind of lacking in stuns. There's nothing there that's pretty instant. Myrmidon's got 2, but at the same time, neither of them are guaranteed.
Yeah, Midas is gonna combo up well with the Weed Field and stuff if it actually hits. But what I found with Myrmidon is that hitting a stun is completely up to you, not up to the person you're playing against. Because if you cast Magikarp from Fog, 9 times out of 10, they're going to get stunned, and then you have a free Weed Field.
Yeah. But it's true. It's not that difficult to land. But what I mean is, when
It's a
you're
skill
chasing
shot.
somebody,
Yeah.
it still takes a second. They're both on a delay, which is fine. I mean, later in the game, you're going to have sheep sticks and other items and Midas, but compared to a PK, Mag, and Meraxis, the lockdown, I feel it's a little weak. That's probably the weakest
Yeah.
point of this draft.
It's a lot more secure. But here you go. Engineer already leveled up his keg. Okay. But honestly, what are you going to do with a keg unless you have a follow-up stun? Or, I mean, a setup stun. Because keg is one of the skills that you as a player can very much easily sidestep,
Mm-hmm.
I feel. Okay, so Marcus Moya's bottom with Blitz. And I think Myrmidon is going to move down there as well. And then it's going to be Pexu solo top. Okay, so Hellborn wants to go aggressive versus the, I guess, Magnus Arachna Engineer. And honestly, I'm kind of scared for. I'm scared
Yeah.
for both teams. Whoever's out of position is just going to get completely screwed
Well,
up.
in this case, I do like Keg. Just
Yeah,
because,
of course. But I mean, with the laning phase not known, you might just want to
right.
level up
It was a little bit
something
premature,
different.
but I mean, this is definitely going to be interesting down here. I'll definitely keep an eye on that. So that means Wild Soul is leaning against Midas, and then yeah, Sulforce up here against Meraxis. Well, early ward coming up by Serenia. Down here in the bottom lane, we just have to kind of see how it unfolds.
And
Right.
Sarox's ward was scouted out, so Serenia's going to have a free counter ward. Magnus in position, though. He is playing this semi-support role. Oh, Myrmidon. Skilled the Weed
Myrmidon's
Field already.
Taking a couple of hits. Gonna get stunned
I
there.
think
Here
he's
comes
dead.
the keg. Yeah, that could be a bloodlust here. Kelpfield comes out late, doesn't connect, so no even follow-up kill on the Magnus. And the credit going to Serenia. I'm sure he'll put that to good use. Like you said, if he saw that ward go down, that's just gonna put Hellborn even more of in a hole here.
Yep. And, I mean, Magnus, as I said, whoever gets out of position, well, there you go. Myrmidon. Oh. STST is not usually the one to play semi-support, though, so
Yeah, and he was so strong. I feel like
on the Blitz in
this
the
could have
game
been.
before.
They could have laned this completely differently. Maybe Pexer's not comfortable running Sulforce in the jungle, or they wanted to. Or they thought they were gonna shut down Arachna. Either way, I
mean,
wouldn't be surprised if they get some rotations here.
They did run Myrmidon and Blitz in the same lane and then had a strong solo carry, but I guess they're not doing that either. I mean, Malikan versus Meraxis. It's not the worst thing in the world.
No, and Midas is taking a lot of harassment from Boo Boo here in mid. So he's definitely struggling so far, even with all of that strength stacked up. Let's look at the GPM charts here.
Zlapped is playing it really well.
Yeah, 6-2 versus a 10-4 Wild Soul. And if you micro that bear, I mean, you get free reign at last hitting, because you can just use Boo Boo to just constantly right-click the enemy hero.
The moment Zephyranthi is level 4, though, then it's going to be pretty easy for a Blitz or a Myrmidon to gank, because there's no way that Wild Soul is going to be able to dodge the EW combo from Midas. Boo is getting low, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it gives Midas a bit of freedom once that hero goes down.
That is so
Zlapped is just,
annoying.
wow.
He's sending his bear back to heal.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, you're not killing my bear. I'm gonna harass you better, because he actually skilled up Wild for one level. 20 attack speed.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely is skilled for being annoying and boxing out the Midas to the best of his ability. But once Midas gets that bottle, okay, Self-Force.
Extra top lane.
I knew Zippy was getting low there, but I thought he was in the clear. But yeah, Self-Force got a really early bottle, so had plenty of mana to take the dive there.
And here's Boo with boots.
Down bottom here.
He delivered boots. I think, or no, they might have just been delivered in the courier, because everybody has their own courier anyways.
Nice little kelp field coming out there by Myrmidon, who was blind. Oh well, I know he has the ward there. Okay. Oh, but here comes
Blitz is
Blitz.
going
Yeah,
for...
he's manning up on the engineer. Here comes the turret keg. Will it save him? Malakin throwing in that sword throw, but gets stuck in the trees. The range is short on the sword throw at this point.
Okay,
too.
mid lane's left goes down, but at the same time, Magnus might be in some trouble. Sword throw in 1 second, but here comes the stun from Asera.
He does get the stun off. And he is not in a safe place. The enemy cancels their health potion. Now Malakin, though. We're in a really bad
Blitz
position.
has soon his mana battery. Where's Myrmidon?
Where is he is a good question. He has no mana, so what is he going to do? But, yeah, kind of. Oh, yeah, that's likely a dead Blitz here.
Oh,
this is why I said likely. This is why I said it. Because, yeah, that's discouraging fantastic. There. And Magus is probably going to burn a stun here. Maybe they just...
No, they must have realized he ported out. But this is when, as a semi-support Myrmidon, you need a mana battery. He's got 475 gold saved up. There's no reason not to get a mana battery.
It's
such a fantastic...
Yeah. The investment, it's almost better than the health potion.
Yeah. It heals you up for, what, 150 health when you got 10 charges?
Manning up here. Chase Murax is all the way to the tier 2 as he tanks this lane.
I mean, he can.
Yeah?
It's fantastic how he can. That's just what the hero does.
He's got those illusions in check. And here comes another initiation bot. Blitz throwing out the stun, connects onto Arachna. She's going to drop here. Oh, but the Magnus stun at the last second.
One more auto attack. There we go.
Auto attack does connect there. And Magnus coming through with the clutch stun again. Getting that level 3 is pretty important too. Every level for that range of the stun.
Look at Self-Force. He's just sitting top lane.
Yeah, he's gonna take that tower out really quickly. I love it when players do that.
I mean, sometimes I understand if they don't, because they have a hard carry and they want to have safety to farm. But as a Self-Force, you just want to take it down as quickly as possible.
Against this greedy lineup too, it's perfect.
Yeah.
If you can get map control, take out the towers, then you can really pinch them, and then they can't really farm in their jungle at all. If you start really controlling the map. So let's see here. That tower finally goes down. Interesting though that this tri-lane versus tri-lane still basically the same as when we started. Nobody's really rotated that much.
Pexio has 480 gold per minute, because why not? In 6 minutes, having that GPM, I mean... Yeah,
it's ridiculous. He's got 38 creep kills. I don't know how many waves spawn, but probably only missed like 7 at most.
Yeah. It's not only that, it's just the fact that he's got that tower that early. Meraxis is now here with a haste rune, but he's only level 5. In the meantime, I don't think Malakin is doing too bad. He has 240 gold per minute, but, I mean...
Yeah, at least...
On a Malakin, it's kind of like you really want a lot better, and he also does not have a mana battery.
Let's see here. Yeah,
nice word from Cyrox.
That is a pretty good one. They're going to spot out these guys trying to clean up the camp.
Ooh, Engineer is in trouble. Here comes Blitz.
Yeah, he's going to pop down Myrmidon getting in place. The sword throw from Malakin. It's quick kill here. I don't even think they have the potential to get a counter kill. No way.
Yeah, if they go in, then Magnus is dead.
Arachna's still really vulnerable at this point. I like that she's building steam boots. That's just a lot of... Blitz does so much damage, even though he's only level 4. That initiation by him already took Engineer down to like half health. Just off the one spell.
Hmm. I love Myrmidon though. I really think that hero should be picked up more often.
Yeah. Serenia.
Oh, there's the stun
Yeah.
initiation from with the weed field, but it was not enough. And Blitz is doing what?
He's gonna get ulted by Arachna, so I think he's just kind of being the sacrificial lamb here.
Yeah. It looked really funny though, just
Yeah.
rushing into death. And I am kind of disappointed that the Hellborn team have not stacked Ancients. We saw in a previous game how fast and how early
South Forest,
the
right?
Forest can farm it.
Yeah. He looks like he's doing it himself here. I don't know if he just missed the stack though.
No,
might
he
still
was
got
trying
it.
to help his team.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. He just missed the stack. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess the bottle. But yeah, Arachna, I mean, seriously putting out a lot of damage already. And Magnus is going to spot out Malikan here. He's got the sword throw, so he's not in complete danger, but if they can lock him down and do enough damage...
And the turn!
He is going to turn on to Engineer here. They focus him. The level 2 turret just isn't getting the job done. And they get the kill onto Blitz. They're going to keep going here, but South Forest is ready to turn this fight.
Moraxis, what are you doing?
Instantly melted. They did not foresee South Forest in the area. And yeah, it was either way, whether it was him or not, that was a really greedy play. It was just like, I'm going to hide in the trees.
It kind of felt
tower.
like the Blitz running into death just now.
Yeah.
Just going with the spider sting, just make...
Mind
just
games.
Yeah,
3 points
mind
into
games.
Steam Turret now, so. The only logic I can see behind it is, I mean, if he's in a lane with Arachna, and that spider sting really slows people, so maybe they'll sit in there. That's a lot of damage, but I'm still not a fan. Not even a single point into mines.
Not even a single point.
Midas gonna eat the lava surge here and follow up with the spider sting. And a leech field though is gonna turn on the magma, so they trade 1 for 1 here at the first start, and Myrmidon has to run, leaving Blitz all by himself.
But Blitz can get out as well!
Oh, he's
Yes,
quick.
he can! But the slow...
Uh-oh. OP
Oh no,
turret
the turret!
incoming.
The OP turret hitting twice! But it's gonna be enough for the kill regardless, just the fact that he cut him off.
This Blitz, man. Your base is on the other side of the map, bro. There's not much you could do there, but kind of make them go out of their way to finish the kill off, so.
Mm-hmm. And now Malikan rotated top. He's had enough of the tri-lane, and he's like, Midas, you deal with it.
Yeah.
I cannot be bothered dealing with you anymore.
Is he going to rush the Insanitarius? It seems to be the
Yeah, I
here.
think so. I really think it's the best way to go, and I think going a Whispering Helm afterwards takes too long. You need to go for the Insanitarius Shrunken and then just go for team fights.
Okay.
Or at
Yeah,
least that's my opinion. Like
I agree.
otherwise, it's gonna take
Especially
too
in this
long.
game against Wild Soul Arachna. You have a solo carry, really. You don't want to take it to that point where you're up against 2 heroes that are really farmed, so.
Yeah.
I think earlier the better, but where's the point where they really start taking team fights? I mean, PK on Midas, he's not even close. Uh-oh. Myrmidon here is going to turn on the Engineer. Engineer is probably going to drop here.
Do you see what I mean? With it's completely within the ability of the player himself to hit his to hit the weed field and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean that was just well played by Tommy. STST
Yeah.
real name is Tommy. Ha ha ha. But yeah, so now they had like a 3k gold lead, but now it's already dwindled down to 1.7k gold. So actually, Peksu moving around trying to gank kind of lowered his GPM. It's not the biggest deal, but definitely Zemperante is not getting as much done as I think he'd hope to.
Nah, I think they need to, again, keep the pressure up. Even if they have to group up a little bit, somehow get these towers down, get aggressive wards up. Now, Salesforce at the same time, they
He's
are
gotta
going
tip it
in
early.
hard on this guy, and they're going to get the tower denied most likely.
Nope.
Wow.
The illusion last hit it.
That's a very
Oh,
clutch play.
man.
I mean, those lotions do like next to no damage.
Yeah, my god. But it was difficult with the timing of the
Because
ballista.
they could
Hellcat.
really be sticking it to this Arachna. She's not that hard to kill. I mean,
They really should. They have no, like, Arachna can't get out. He hasn't even skilled his Hardened Carapace, and it doesn't even get you out of stuns.
yeah.
Okay. They're gonna go for Engineer, maybe? If they can find anyone. Here's, oh. Oh, they found Wild Soul.
Boo Boo. Blitz taking a bit of damage, though. But yeah, they're going to lock him down. Dude, Midas, if they stagger their stuns properly
So
here.
much.
Oh, he activates the
Not
ultimate,
taking
and
damage.
he just won't go down. eats the full duration of that level 3 turret there, and Myrmidon bites the dust, but there's just not enough damage, and
It's because
Malikan
of the
isn't known
ultimate
for his
Wild
damage
Soul.
either, so how are they going to deal with this Wild Soul going forward if they can't even pick him off now? He's
AoE damage. That's
he's
how.
way ahead.
Kill him at the bear.
He's way
Because, you
ahead
know,
of the bar, though. I mean, he's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
Already.
470 gold per minute. But there you also have the Sulfuras dealing quite a bit of damage if he needs to.
Yeah.
Okay, Sulfuras talking about him going to the bottom lane now. Nope, he's not. He was going back to base, and he is picking up a Veldron. Like, they just want to focus on this lane because they realize that Wild Soul is otherwise going to get out of hand. Except for Marcus Moy. He's going to say screw that and stay top.
Cyrix got the ward down here behind the tower. It's one of my favorite wards.
And here we go.
And they're going to set this up on Arachna here. He is going to get locked down here. Still, though, a lack of damage all around. There we go. Finally getting the job done. Booba's coming in. There could
And
be
here's
a
the
turn kill.
force.
No, it's Force. No, it's just a bad move for Wild Soul. We'll lock him down.
What
He's
a
gonna eat
weird
that
field,
leech
getting the
field.
Magnus as
Yes,
well.
very clutch kill there. And that paid off big time for them. They needed that. They just took out both carries, and they're going to get the tower on top of that.
Mastera seemed very indecisive there about using his stun and ended up just getting hit by the weed field.
Malikan in the perfect position, too. Look at him. He's got a huge wave pushing with him top. All right, this spell's good for 2-0, and that definitely shows 4K gold lead out of nowhere.
Only because of the towers, though. Like what you were saying before, the inflation that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it does show that, but it's gold for everyone. So, I mean, it helps. Magma's going to stun on a blitz. The keg stun does connect, hitting both heroes, but the energy field goes down. Meraxis is in the middle. He doesn't care. He's still going to fight them. Midas eventually kills himself and leaping through that field. Magma's still going on the self force. I don't see him.
But
down here,
here's
though.
the Malikan with the sword throw. It's not going to hit Magnus, though.
He had a haste
And-
rune, too. He could have probably...
He was just trying not to risk. I mean, putting into
Yeah.
3 people like that is kind of suicide.
Very risky business indeed. And so just like that, another team fight happens. Energy Field's such a strong ability. I mean, Engineer in general, he just has a really, all of his skills are useful. It's a really cool hero.
Except for more levels in turret.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Look
sorry.
at the damage, though. I mean, he's been doing damage, but I don't think it's... Oh, man, here comes the massive Veiled Rot down here onto Arachna that does activate the Hardened Carapace. Will the... Oh, man.
Let's starting off with the ultimate was so greedy. At that point, you just need the secure stun.
Yeah, they get away, and that's 300 gold spent there.
Mm-hmm. 300 gold wasted, and you know, well played by Haxton to just activate it right after the ultimate hit, so he was able to just sprint away with the Energizer, but it still felt like that should have been a really easy kill.
It should have been for sure, and maybe even Blitz should have sped up a Myrmidon to get into the position.
Just use the stun, and then it was a dead Arachna regardless. Because I mean, at the Myrmidon is not going to hit his stun that quickly. He's got to wait for the Magikarp to reach his target to really make a play with it.
Yeah.
Self-Forest, though, 500 gold per minute still, and I mean, he's got the Blessed Orb now, so he is going to go for the Sheep Stick.
Yep, and keep getting that crucial 2 points into Hardened Carapace now, which does stop a stun activation.
No, it doesn't stop stuns.
It does. Can be activated while stunned or silenced.
It can be activated, but it doesn't get rid of a stun, because a stun is not a debuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, I tried it out in a game, and then when I got stunned by a behemoth, for example, I could activate my Hardened Carapace, but it wouldn't get rid of the stun, so I was still...
Then that's good, because that would have been really OP otherwise, even...
Yeah, for sure.
But it's still a nice enhancement to the skill, for sure, because, yeah, Behemoth's the perfect case. If you get that Carapace off, it's a lot of damage reduction.
I mean, you're going to get the Carapace off anyways and get the damage reduction. You're just not going to be able to move or do anything else.
Right. So, Self-Force still... Yeah, his GPM is through the roof here. Taking on Ancients. But at the same time, the pressure isn't there. That needs to be there. Sync is
it's because of Malikan.
Comfortable sitting around farming, and they don't have to defend towers because they're not even being pushed.
Yeah, but it's entirely because of Malikan choosing to go for the passive. I'm gonna get a Whispering Helm now.
Yeah.
I don't agree with the item choice. I mean, he's under the like this is pretty much how last
Here
game
comes the
happened.
train. They gotta, yeah, at least they cease from that
Oh,
sword. That was nice.
that was a nice little dodge
All right,
there
they're
by
turning the fight though here.
CST.
They realize it's a 5 versus 3. Here comes Magnus with the early portal key actually onto South Forest, gets the line stun. Now here comes Blitz. I think he's gonna take one for the team here. Does somebody pop? Is that a Astrolabe?
Astrolabe on Weed, yeah, and Myrmidon, and
Woo.
Magnus is in a bit
4.
of a pickle. Here is
Malikan
Malikan.
goes in.
No
Energy
mana
field
though.
is down on cooldown. You're right, no mana is right. Midas though with his own PK gets the counter kill here in the bottom lane. Now Magnus with the Lava Surge Eruption combo connecting onto 2 heroes. Myrmidon's going down pretty quick here. They're gonna focus him. They trade it off. It's just back and forth here. Malikan though, he's dying too fast. Doesn't have the attack speed to maintain himself here. Arachna will fall. Yes. Can Midas get that portal key off? No, he's about 20 mana short, so he's gonna get down. Quad kill coming out for Zlapped.
Okay, well, hello, Wild Soul, 540 gold per minute, and I mean, on paper, look at this on paper. On paper, okay, so 2-0 was in the lead. They have a good team fight in Malikan, Blitz, Myrmidon, Midas, and Sulfuris. Yet they lose that team fight so hard, even though they have an Astrolabe on Myrmidon.
It was a huge ult
Ow.
by Magnus too.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure, but at the same time, Energy Field was down
Yep.
on Serenia. And I mean, it's a level one lava surge. I mean, level 1 eruption. If they're able to spread themselves out better and take the team fight a little bit smarter, then shit like that won't happen. It really feels like they just got, I think, outplayed
Oh yeah.
that team fight.
Yeah, clearly that team fight wasn't in their favor. They popped the Astrolabe early on in the fight. I don't think anybody thought that was going to turn into a Fire Stripe skirmish. It was
Yeah.
Hellborn got jumped on and they wanted to fall back. They decided to turn and then it turned into a total shit show.
Yeah, and the fact that Malikan doesn't have a chalice either kind of stopped his initial initiation, where because he didn't have mana for his ultimate. And come on, like chalice is such a genius
Yeah,
item on Malikan.
That too.
I think anyone would agree.
Yeah, you gotta have the chalice on him because the right clicks at this point aren't even doing anything. I mean, I can even argue that Helm of the Victim before the Mask of Death.
Shocking.
Well, if you're gonna build Helm of the Dominator or Whispering Helm, why not get the
Yeah.
lifesteal portion first? What 2
Okay,
armor?
no,
Or
here
5 armor?
it's 5 armor.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a lot. And the 3 HP regeneration, like he wasn't doing a lot of auto attacking there. So I think surviving longer is a bigger deal to be able to deal more damage with the Insanitarius. And I think you survive longer with 5 armor over regenning 10% of your attack damage, which isn't high.
It's back. I guess it can go either way.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like he's not being focused either though. Like the difference is, the lifesteal gives you survivability no matter what, as long as you're attacking. The armor is
well, no.
only if you're
The
being
armor
focused.
gives you survivability no matter what. The
No, it
lifesteal
doesn't.
gives you
If you're not
survive.
being focused, then it doesn't help you at all.
Well, we can agree to disagree. The AoE damage from Magnus is still going to hit him for some part, as well as the constant boo-boo slams.
True.
But in the end, if you're not attacking, if you get stunned by a Magnus or the Keg or the Meraxis, then, you know, the lifesteal is not going to do anything for you, whereas the Helm of the Victim will.
In that sense, yeah, 3 health regen. I guess either way, it's neither of those items are gonna save him. He's just should have bought a chalice, man.
Should have bought a chalice. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
So finally pause over here, but I don't know. It's looking pretty grim. Again for 2-0 here. Sinks found their groove and they found their portal key on both of their initiators, which I thought would take definitely a little while to get, being that Arachna and Wild Soul need farm, but they found them early.
Yeah. Blitz is suffering though. Not nearly having the same effect as last game, but then again, full support Blitz over a mid Blitz. I guess you're gonna have that. I think that's kind of like the Blitz Myrmidon combo. It's a
Wolf
nice
Soul.
combo. Yeah, Frostwolf Skull on Mr. Wildsol. He does not care. And he has Ghost Marches, by the way, on Boo Boo as well. Which I think are absolutely core.
He will just
Uh,
never die.
yeah. Okay, Blitz is trying to sidestep stuff, but
Woo!
oh, what a tablet though!
Wow. And
Hexu with the save.
yeah, that was pretty clutch. Miraxis could have easily killed him and just popped his ultimate earlier. He had enough
And
damage.
maybe used this Quake earlier as well.
Yeah.
But no. Mid lane, do they want to go on this hasted engineer? I don't think so.
Wouldn't be a good choice either.
See, okay, Serenia decided to max the turret. Okay, I've made my I haven't made my peace with it, but it's what he did. But choosing not to max the keg and then going mines, now he's completely out of mana all the time. Like the stun duration increases from the keg.
Yeah, that's why Keg you have to
Why?
put points in there. Oh, Miraxis though. They're gonna get a pick off here, likely.
Maybe.
Wow, the elemental
The
orb
wheat
missed.
field, the Magikarp activated the arcane shield on Zibe,
Giving him that
so he's
speed
able to
boost.
speed away.
Yep.
Yep.
They need those kind of picks, but at the same time, here Hellborn in a position where they have to be aggressive to win this game now. But at the same time, if you're aggressive, you have to deal with 2 portal key counter initiators.
Oh, Sulfur is
Nice.
found by the Rev Ward.
Yep.
But what was that PK in by
Lucky answer.
Magnus? Why
No.
didn't the sword throw come out earlier?
But he's going to be in a good position to PK ult in if they don't focus him. Malkin's going to get put in a bad spot here. Activating his ultimate, but Boo Boo's putting damage. Here comes the nice energy field onto 2 out of 3 heroes in the area. They're going to follow up. Wild Soul just not dying, taking hits from 3 different heroes here. Here comes the Magnus Eruption. They're going to take out 3 of the heroes there. Blitz getting away with just a shred of health. Midas going to get a little pick off on the Miraxis at the end there.
But Wildsall had like 2 HP. He was trading
my
hits with
God.
Malakin that entire time, and it was like a lifesteal battle versus each other.
Yep.
But without Self-Force to help do the damage, Wildsall was just not going to go down.
He wasn't, and I mean, he's built like a tank. If not in the skill set, his items, so that's extremely early Frostwolf Skull. I would not want to try to kill that guy. And he still does a ton of damage if you ignore him, too. It's just, I can see why he's banned so often now.
He's just not dying.
Wow. So, like I was saying, what can 2-0 do at this point?
Well, targeting down, trying to focus down Wildsall with Malakin is not a way to do it. Unless he's completely out of position.
It's just,
And for the rest, I mean, Engineer got a fantastic energy field off, so, you know, don't go in there.
he
But
has a chance to take out Wild Soul down here bottom lane. It takes all 4 of them.
yeah. And even then, it's, like, difficult. He's just so tanky.
Oh, stop getting a little bit cocky there. Let's see. Malakin finally finishing those 2 items. Now we can actually focus on the shrugging head. At the same time, I feel I can't help but think that there's a serious lack of damage in general from this Hellborn draft.
Yeah, and you'd think that there's a lot of damage with the Midas, Myrmidon, and Blitz, but that time has already kind of passed because of the amount of farm that Zlapped has on that hero.
Yeah.
And because it's mainly magical, I mean, look at Haxorn.
Yeah.
Maxed out Hardened Carapace, 32 magic armor, plus the 10.1, or I mean 5.5 that he already has.
Yeah, they can just survive the initial burst, and then the Hellborn team doesn't have much to do but right click, and they don't have that right click damage yet. And they're gonna team kill the Ancients here.
Yep. And I mean, at this point, I think the lead for Sync is he's going to get more and more out of control. Engineer, though. Oh,
Void
no,
Talisman?
Zefrante. Okay.
Wait, what's that a void? No, he doesn't even have one.
Zefrante actually managed to get the kill by auto-attacking. He portal keyed into the energy field from Serenia. And, well, that's a good pick-off, but the gold difference was, what, 400 gold, ultimately? Oh, no, Midas. Oh, no, Midas, what have you done? Magnus, he wants to channel the eruption. I know he does. Here comes Wild Soul
Here
as
it
well. So
comes.
here's the eruption.
He's gonna connect, and he just focuses on the Midas. Myrmidon cannot save his teammate here, and here comes the slow stomp. We will get away with that dash, though. So, but this is gonna be a dead tower, and they might even keep pushing here. Magnus ulti on cooldown, but I don't think that they really have anything to be afraid of. With Midas down, there's no real entry point for Hellborn to start a fight.
Except for, you know,
Look at all
hitting
the
stuff.
spells going out, and yeah, Wild Soul's just not taking any damage here.
But this is why I have a problem with the Whispering Helm. Malikan is just... He just gets locked down if he goes into the fight. Anyways, so Malikan, I don't think it was the right pick this game. They picked it quite late into the game as well. They wanted to try lane with their heroes, but it's just... It's very awkward in my opinion, because Malikan without farm, if the tri lane fails, which it kind of did, is just... It's painful.
Yeah. No real... I don't like the fact that they don't have a strong initiator in my opinion either. How good...
Yep.
It's just like, here we go, Blitz is going to run in and
Blitz.
just suicide.
Yeah, that's
I think
just...
they kind of know that their moment's passed here. Now Magnus is going to catch Midas here.
And here's Meraxis. Oh, what a clutch stun.
Good follow up here. The Spider Sting is going to be enough to lock him down. He has a chance to get away, but the Spider's still going to finish him off. They're going to keep chasing here, and Myrmidon will actually activate his ultimate, so he gets away.
He's yeah, difficult to take down. Myrmidon, he's got an Astrolabe and a Void Talisman, 1500 HP, 1600 HP. But, well, Pexu now is just Sheep 6, so at least they have that going for them, but, I mean, just look at this Wild Soul. Even when he's sheeped, he's not gonna, you know,
Yeah.
go down.
He's
Hey, look,
definitely
the
not.
mine,
They almost have to just avoid him. I mean, save him for last, but even still, they don't have enough to burst on the rest of the teammates.
oh, Myrmidon, are you gonna walk into the mines?
They're level 1.
What?
Ooh, Blitz still takes a lot of damage, though.
Blitz is down.
Look at that. Even level 1 mine's able to take somebody out at level 26-minute mark.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't enough.
No, but I mean, it took him down to like a fraction.
Yeah. But here's Malikan with the scouting sword.
It's one of those
it
moments,
doesn't
even if he
matter.
snaked the token, he would have likely fallen. Well, at least they're being proactive here, not squandering their lead. They're going to take Kongor and they're going to stick it to him right now.
And I mean, this is the opportunity they've been waiting for.
Yeah,
they give the token to Arachna, and then from here, it's just, okay, let's just try and push. I mean, it's very, very difficult versus the Hellborn heroes with Weedfield, Midas, and more Certissima to deal with, but they're going to attempt something.
Did they first pick Salforus, or was it Midas?
They first picked Midas.
Okay. Well then, I don't know, let's just see here. They can do their best to try to hold it. They don't have... It's not going to be easy, I'll put it that way. They got a sheep stick.
At least, oh, there's the initiation from Macero.
They're going to sheep down Magnus. If they can kill him before he gets ult off, that's going to be useful.
Yeah,
but in the background now, Meraxis is going to do enough to keep his friendly alive there. And Arachna just standing up on top with the Shrunken Head, putting out right clicks. She eventually falls, but does have the token. Blitz going to eat.
Blitz just going to die.
Ooh, one more auto attack will do the trick. Here comes the Lava Surge Eruption combo to finish off Malikan. And yeah, they're going to chase him down into the well here. Overextending, but feeling extremely confident. Forced the buyback out by Marcus.
And that's the tower. And, I mean,
here comes
it's still
Midas.
a 3v5. Magma's going in again. Serenia going to go down.
Magmus, he gets taken out.
Maybe.
Or at least pushed away.
And here goes Wild Soul.
Soul's going to clean it up here.
Hello, my name is Wild Soul. How are you?
What can you do, though? They had to take a chance. They had to try to clean it up here. They
And
know
Magma's
that
going
their
in again.
chances are dwindling. This is going to be a top barracks, maybe even a mid barracks. 3 core heroes down for 40 plus seconds here.
So yeah, I mean, this was a long time in coming though. They just had no way to deal with the Wild Soul. They just didn't have the AoE damage.
Yeah, no damage at all.
But here we go. So I think it's fair to say that this game would be over. right now. I mean, they're gonna keep trying, but they just don't have the late game.
Yeah, that's the moment's definitely passed here. They don't have any kind of ace in the hole hero that can change the pace of the game. I mean, but Sync played it well, and their draft was phenomenal. I
Hmm
mean, you
I love
can't
the
go wrong
Arachna
with
pick
that, especially
against the
because
Magic.
they got the gold on their initiators early, and then it just snowballed from there.
And I mean, Arachna is even doing a great job of getting on the GPM charts with 520 gold per minute. It's not often you see one hero above 630 and another one above 500. So Hackstring just doing his thing, hitting creeps.
Look at that hero damage. Arachna actually sitting at the top, which is pretty crazy considering all he does is, right-click heroes. I mean, he has not been focused in fights, and now he's built completely around survivability. Shrunken Head Geos, he's not going to be able to be killed here. Here comes the dust, though. All they see is a couple of Magnus illusions. Oh, and there comes a sword throw there.
They are going on the engineer, trying to prevent him from getting an ulti off.
Gets the
not
ulti
working.
off, though. Keg gonna knock him into there. Malikan going to walk into the energy field here. Midas dropping so fast. Now Wild Soul does have damage. Magnus ultimate to boot.
And that is
the game.
GG.
That's what we have there. So they're going to get 2 nothing for Sync, and hey, that's the series for today.
Yeah, I mean, just Sync playing really well in the second game. In the first game, just holding on and making sure to wait until Clanks got no more items, pretty much. And then they were able to just have collectively a stronger team.
It was. The lanes just worked out for them. The tri-lane bottom manning up on it. Definitely not the in retro sight or whatever you want to call it.
Retrospect.
Not the best idea. Retrospect, hindsight. Yeah, but ultimately it fell apart. They kind of lost every their lane, and they could have won the first game too. They had a really good chance.
They
in that
had the
one.
opportunity, but I mean, they just didn't do enough with the token that they got, and it was just unfortunate all around. And in the second game, it felt like 2-0 had a really good shot as well at the start when they had like a 4K gold lead and they were taking fights. But then Marcus Moy went into this passive, I'm going to get a Whispering Helm instead of going straight Shrunken. And I really think that negatively affected